Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jordyn and welcome to today's video. I'm starting this vlog out on my phone because I am about to let you in on a very messy secret, which is my office. I am in dire need of some organization in this home office because it's kind of a 3-in-1 situation for me. I do work from home, so it is my home office. So obviously I need space for like my work computer and my monitors and everything work related. It's also my family's kind of home base for home office supplies like our printer and then our file storage and some of my kids like file and keepsake storage, also a little bit of like art supplies for them. And then thirdly, it is my hobby office. As you can see, I obviously have bookshelves behind me. Reading is one of my biggest hobbies, but recently I've picked up crocheting, as you obviously know because you're here. And I currently don't have a very good solution for yarn storage. So that is what I am looking to fix today, plus just a general office kind of cleanup and reorganization. And I'm gonna bring you with me. So let me flip you around to show you what I'm currently working with. Warning, it is very messy, so no judgment please. But I'm gonna show you the current state of my office, what I'm looking to implement, and then I'll take you with me for the execution of some of the storage solutions. Okay, so this is my office from the doorway. Obviously, it's a huge mess. I am just coming back from the market less than a week ago, so I've got a bunch of my market display supplies, so like my mannequins, my mirror here, and then a couple laundry baskets of like the leftover inventory I have. That all needs to find a home. And then I have a really big desk. It's actually like just a table, not even a desk, that I use as my desk that accumulates so much stuff on top of it. I have a couple of custom cardigan orders that I'm working on that you should have already seen featured in a video. And then I've got some of that just kind of home office supplies that I was talking about down below the desk. So like greeting cards and stamps and stuff, containers of art supplies for my kids, a storage box of all of my kids' paperwork that they bring home from school. Just kind of a hodgepodge that I'm not really looking to touch right now, but I am aware does look kind of messy from the doorway. Let's see, we've got my bookshelves here, which don't really need to change much. And then we have my TBR cart of books that I have not read yet with our printer on top. That's not really gonna change much. Swinging you around to this corner of the office, I do have one large standing cabinet. Let me zoom you out a little bit. This won't really change much. I'm not looking to reorganize anything inside here right now. It's just a lot of miscellaneous craft supplies that I do not access often. So rather than pulling that all out and organizing it right now, I'm just gonna leave it shut in there. But as you can see, I do have kind of a corner of availability on that side of it that I do want to go through and reorganize. I have some like gift wrapping supplies that needs to be addressed and honestly can be brought downstairs, and then just some miscellaneous kind of containers that I want to replace or reorganize, I should say. Here's a closer look into that little nook. It should fit one of those little cube organizers is what I'm thinking. I'm gonna start with one because it will overlap with the window, so I don't wanna overlap with too much of this light if I don't have to. So I'm gonna start with one 3-cube organizer and then clear all this out and hopefully use it for some yarn storage. And then the other area of yarn storage that I need to implement a solution for is this corner of the office. Right now, this wall is completely unused, wasted space in my opinion. I did put up these little felt board things when we first moved in because my office was not as full of stuff, so it was a little echoey. So I wanted to take down that echo a little bit, but I no longer have that issue. So I am going to take all of those down. And then I think I want to put a pegboard right here because I have been so inspired by all of the crochet YouTubers who have beautiful walls of yarn behind them in their backgrounds. I want to do a similar thing for my scrap yarn. So I want to put up a pegboard and some little stick out peg things and put on my cakes of scrap yarn. And then last but not least, I have this area above my bookshelves, which is not a large area, but it is definitely somewhere I can kind of shove and hide things. It's really not ever visible in like my YouTube videos or photos I take or anything. So I'm thinking I will just get some clear bins or something to kind of stack up there, kind of push towards the wall for things that, again, I access less often. Maybe some of the display stuff that I use for markets as an example that I can just shove away, label for when I need it, and then free up, again, a lot of this floor space that is currently all taken up. So that is the plan, and I'm going to head to Target right now to get a couple of those storage solutions. The pegboard is probably gonna have to wait. I do want to consult my husband on that. He's gonna help me hang anything that I actually need to hang. But the 3-cube storage and then the little bins for up there, I can go ahead and take care of myself. So I'm gonna go grab those. We'll get started on this little reorganization project, and I'll be back with an update when I have it. Okay, I have officially finished my office cleanup, yarn organization, and storage project, and I'm so happy with how it all turned out. Let me flip you around and give you a little tour of the 3 spots that I am now using for all this storage. Alrighty, first up we have up above my bookshelves. I did end up getting a whole bunch of these kind of clear pink bins, and they are absolutely perfect for my inventory storage. I'm not sure if you can tell what's in them, but I can. In the first one, we've got beanies. In this second section, we've got keychains on top and scrunchies on the bottom. Here we've got 2 adult ombre cardigans. Here we've got all of my kids and baby cardigans. Here we have on top coasters and mug cozies. On the bottom we have baskets, and here on the end we have ear warmers, and I think behind that is one other kid's cardigan. I'm still kind of figuring out what I want to do with all of this inventory, if I just want to save it for any future market that I do, or if I maybe want to list some of these items for sale online, like on Etsy, as ready to ship items, not made to order. That is an option. Let me know if anybody would be interested in any of these products, given what I just said was in each container. Otherwise, like I said, I can always save it for my next in-person market whenever that happens to be. All right, then over here, this corner is a little bit hard to see, but it is working perfectly for what I need it to. We've got my mannequin torso up here in storage. I do pull this out whenever I need to take photos of a cardigan and I don't want to be the one wearing it. Then we got this little 3-cube setup underneath it, and this is where I went ahead and put all of my full or mostly full skeins of yarn. The ones in the 3-cube, I don't currently have projects planned for them. The ones in this little container down here are set aside for a custom order that I need to make very soon. But I am overall really happy with this little corner of yarn, and it is convincing me that I do not need any more skeins of yarn that I don't have projects in mind for. And in fact, I want to prioritize finding projects for all of this yarn once I get through my current queue of custom orders. And then last but not least is probably my favorite part of this whole office, but it is the pegboard. This came together so nicely. Shout out to my husband for delivering within 12 hours of telling him I wanted a pegboard in my office. We had gone to the hardware store and picked it out, and he hung it up for me. We did get an assortment of hooks from the hardware store that I initially used, and then it wasn't quite enough, so I got some more. And then I also ordered these clear bins, I will zoom into them in a second, to hold my smaller scraps of yarn. And this is all of my scrap yarn, and I'm so happy with how this turned out. Am I perfect at like arranging it to be aesthetic and beautiful? No. Also, I learned that you don't actually need a peg for every single cake of yarn that you have. After watching some more videos on Instagram, I noticed that if you just make like a line of yarn on the bottom, then you can stack some cakes of yarn without hooks and then kind of disperse the hooks throughout as you go upwards. You can just like shove cakes of yarn in there, which I didn't think of, but makes a lot of sense. And so going forward, if I have more cakes of yarn, this is all of the hooks that I have on hand, and I'm not buying any more. So any more yarn that needs to go on here is going to need to be balanced and shoved in without a hook. So here's a little bit of a closer look at all of those cakes of yarn. And then these are these clear acrylic baskets from Amazon. And like I said, these are for all of the smaller scraps of yarn that aren't enough to make a full cake out of, but that I could still use in some sort of scrappy project. And I have them loosely grouped by color. And since they're all already pretty full, I think that tells me that I do need to go ahead and try out a scrappy project in the near future. So with that, that is all that I had planned for this video. Please let me know what you think of my different storage solutions. Let me know if you have any creative or really useful yarn storage hacks or solutions you use in your home. I'd love to hear if there are more ideas out there, because I, like I said, am operating in a pretty small space here for a lot of different hobbies and different things that me and my family need to do in here every day. So I am always on the hunt for new storage and organization solutions. So let me know. Look forward to some more custom order crochet vlogs coming to you very soon, because I've got a couple still on deck. And other than that, I don't think I have anything else. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.